The school itself is home also to, we're very proud to say, Mile End Films. And we're very particularly proud of Mile End Films because, again, it is QUEDOS principles in action. This is an enterprise that is committed to giving graduates practical experience on projects that they simply wouldn't otherwise have access to. It means that they are working on commercial projects, they're working on very professional activities, and they're getting that experience that really puts them so far ahead in the marketplace when they move on from Queen Mary.
Film studies at Queen Mary is a very interesting department because it's one of the very few departments in the country that bring together film practice with film theory. Mile End Films was set up because I recognised there was a lot of talent in the students that we were producing. What there wasn't, though, was a space where that continued development could continue at university.
So we're very lucky here at Queen Mary at having an absolutely excellent school of English and drama.
English at Queen Mary has existed for over 100 years and drama for about 10 or 12 years. And about a decade ago, the university combined the departments of drama and the Department of English to create the School of English and Drama. And I like how this sense of the very old and the very new exist in a dynamic and creative tension, if you will. And that's symbolic of what we try to do across Queen Mary, which is preserve the best of our heritage, but always to be creative and innovative and on the forefront of knowledge.
The Department of Economics has a very strong tradition of working with the commercial sector.
In fact, we have people, since we are a very international department, who have worked in central banks throughout the world. Portugal, Brazil, the ECB. So we have people who have participated and who have real world experience of policy issues. And in basically engaging with such institutions, we pass on knowledge on theoretical aspects of how economics can help people make better decisions in these forums. More specifically, given the launch of this new exciting initiative, the QUEDOS, we will be providing classes and other modules that will be taught mainly to professionals. So these courses will be starting hopefully in January or February.
So I, for instance, come from the Centre for Commercial Law Studies, which is part of the School of Law. And we have a rich tradition of collaborating with the profession, of working in a broader and commercial environment. And in fact, we were one of the first centres in the country to offer professional training for patent and trademark attorneys, for instance. We have a tremendous breadth and range in the Department of Law, in public law, in human rights, and in family and criminal law. We have one of the most highly regarded groups of researchers in evidence and criminology in the country. And this is a tremendous bonus to the sector. We also have the School of Business and Management, which is a wonderful area where there is true engagement with the cultural and social impact of business practices, business management, and it's tremendously interesting work is going on there. And there's also a very rich collaboration again with other departments.
So I see this as a fantastic opportunity for humanities and social sciences to lead the way. Now, if this then allows us to roll this out throughout the whole college, brilliant. I always think there's no harm in humanities and social sciences being in the vanguard. That's where we should be, and we're in a fantastic place to do it, actually. You couldn't be in a better part of the world than in the East End of London on the Mile End Road. This is the place to be, I think, for us to be an outward-facing institution, making our skill sets, our enthusiasm, our quality staff available to a much bigger audience than is simply on our campus.
Well, one of the things that I'm particularly aware of is our position at Mile End. I mean, being an East Ender myself, it's never been the most fashionable of places, but suddenly, for the first time in its history, it is. We are uniquely in the shadow of the City of London and Canary Wharf, the two biggest financial districts of Europe. We need to be engaging, and we are engaging with these people.
Queen Mary is unique in the way it can interact with both city professionals and perhaps with parts of the population that would benefit from widening the participation in further and higher education.
QM is an ideally placed institution to do this. Not only is it very highly regarded in all its disciplines, it's very well located, it has the facilities and it has the expertise. I think it's an ideal place to do it. I mean, I've come back and teach on a professional course, and I find it very rewarding both to give back to those who taught me before and also to become involved and integrated in the wider profession. I think it's a very valuable exercise both for me personally and I hope for the students.
The wonderful thing about being a participant in the QUEDOS program is that you have access, immediate, personal, continuing access to the worldwide expert scholars and practitioners here at Queen Mary. You don't have to come for a 4-year course, you don't have to come for a master's course, you come in for that sort of punctual, direct visit that you need. And that's the genius of QUEDOS. You come and get exactly what you want from the world expert in the field.
What I want to see out of it is that beyond October 2010, we have an ongoing project that is much longer lasting, that's embedded in the sector, that is financially viable and is actually delivering a lot of pluses for everybody in the sector. So whereas QUEDOS is focused on unemployed UK graduates at the moment, I mean, there is a much bigger picture, which is, I mean, both unemployment and employment and further employment, and making sure that people throughout their lives have the opportunities to reskill, to retool.
What should not be underestimated is that the professions and industry and government, they approach their professional development with the same kind of excitement and sense of inquiry and speculation that we do as academics. And so it enriches our practices, and our practices enrich their professional development.
If academic life was simply being isolated and deriving solely personal satisfaction from creating new knowledge, then that would be a much less enriched activity than in fact academic life is. Academic life is about passing on one's knowledge to as broad a range of people as possible.